I'm ready. So when I was at school, computers looked like that, pretty much. I actually didn't use a computer until I started my own business when I was 26. So it's amazing how things have travelled so far. And these sort of computers were hidden as away. I think there was one at school, but that was it. The school I went to was very, very academic, but I really was not academic at all. So I actually left school when I was 16. I mean, you can't even do that nowadays. But funnily enough, I'm now a governor at the school that I was like booted out of, sort of. But I made sure they got rid of the evidence. So what did I do? I wanted to be a pop star. So I actually worked for 4 years. It was my first job, touring around the UK and Europe. That's me on the left with hair, if you didn't know. And guess what? I'm still at it. I'm still trying to do it. We actually did a brand new album 10 years ago with the producer of the Kaiser Chiefs, and we played again for the first time in front of 5,000 people. That was quite nerve-wracking. If anybody knows what that guitar is, I shall give them a prize at the end of the presentation. So after the band finished, I was desperate to learn Spanish, so I went to Valencia for 6 months just to learn Spanish. It's the most beautiful city, and I still have my Spanish today. It's one of the greatest things I ever did was learn Spanish. It's opened so many avenues for me. When I came back from Spain, I went to work for an advertising agency that had Comet as their really only account. My biggest business lesson: don't put all your eggs in one basket, and I learned that very early on. So that job finished, so I went back to Spain. I got a job as a marketing manager at this beautiful hotel, and the sky actually did look like that for most of the time. So this was just near Marbella. So I was there for 3 years, absolutely loved my life out there. It was absolutely fantastic. And then one day, I went down to a supplier of ours and saw one of these, a Macintosh, and you could make things on it. And I thought, that's it. So I'm going to get that when I go back to England and start my own agency. The first one I got had 4 megabytes of RAM. That was it. So I started a company called Strawberry, which is an agency that I started in 1989. And I built that over a long period of time. I actually exited the business, but I sort of lived the dream, really. It's always what I wanted to do. Built it up to a pretty sizable team. There were actually 40 in the business when I left 5 years ago, and we were completely digital. And of course, we started pre-internet effectively, so it was a really long journey we had to go through. But really, my life was much more than just work. So I have lots of different interests, and I supported this group. This was like a young enterprise group, and it's a school group, and we actually won the British final, and we represented Britain in Germany. So that was a really fantastic thing. And this fella, oh, that's me, sorry, Hull City. So this is like living the dream, but enjoy it while it lasts. You know, this is for the Leeds fans, of course, because you'll be back down in the Championship soon. We shall see you soon. But that's another great metaphor for life. Just enjoy it as you go along. I also did a lot of charity work. This is 3 of my clients, and we took over a restaurant. We cooked a 3-course dinner for 96 covers and raised £20,000 in the process. Hats off to anybody who works in a kitchen in a restaurant, because it is effing hot. I've taken a couple of hobbies up. I played polo for like 5 years in Argentina, every year going there. And then I fell off quite a bit, and it really hurts. So I stopped doing that and started playing golf. I don't dress like that ordinarily, but that was at St Andrews. 6 years ago, yes, as of yesterday, I was at the top of Kilimanjaro with these 7 other lovely fellas who I'm still best friends with. This changed my life, because when I came down the mountain, I had decided to exit my business because I had to get more done in my life. So I started doing scuba diving. So I'm now a PADI rescue diver, and this is me and the girlfriend in Isla Mujeres earlier this year, diving with turtles. It was amazing. So if anybody's not done scuba diving, just do it. In lockdown, I made the most of my time. I wrote a book. I actually have some books. If anybody wants them, you're welcome to have them. Unsigned, it's worth much more. And you don't have to read it, you just look at it, that's fine. And really, my life revolves around these 3 things. We've got Reginald, Luna, and Ivy. They're all 13, 14-year-olds. So they basically control my life. I don't have any children, so these are my children. And the moral of the story, and I'm going to get to the point, is do something because you do it for why you want to do it. I travelled the world. These are all the places that I've been to. I've not been to Russia yet. You can see there's no dots on that, so I'm sure I don't think I'll be there soon. But travel is what I do now. So I spend all my money on travel because it's the only thing you spend money on that makes you wiser. And remember why you do it. It's my lovely girlfriend. She puts up with me. She's put up with me for 4 years, and the black cat was hers, and the ginger cats were mine. Thank you very much.